Hello kids, I'm Sahar, your storyteller. Guess which story you are going to listen today? The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Last part. Now came the turn of biggest Billy Goat Gruff. The biggest Billy Goat had been much too busy scouring the barren hillside for something to eat to realize his brothers were gone. When he looked up, he saw them grazing happily in the luscious hilltop meadow. Oh my, thought the big Billy Goat. I must join my brothers in that delightful meadow, for if I don't, they will soon outgrow me, and they will become the biggest Billy Goat Gruff. So the biggest Billy Goat set off to the meadow. Clumpety clump, clumpety clump, clumpety clump. Before long, he too came across the great river and the magnificent stone bridge. And just like his two brothers before him, he too did not know this bridge belonged to the beastly troll. The biggest Billy Goat had not taken more than a few steps onto the bridge when a great blowing voice boomed out from below. Who goes there? It's me, the biggest Billy Goat Gruff, he replied in a strong, confident voice. The troll raised his ugly head from beneath the bridge. This is my bridge, biggest Billy Goat Gruff, and this is where your journey will end, as I will now gobble you up for my super. Ha, 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 ha. The biggest Billy Goat was not shaken one little bit. In fact, he found the troll's threat quite amusing. He was, after all, the biggest, strongest Billy Goat, and he was not afraid of anything. Oh, you do make me laugh, troll, he said. The troll, incensed by this, quickly jumped upon the bridge, let out an angry roar, ah! and began to charge at the biggest Billy Goat Gruff. To this, the biggest Billy Goat calmly bent his front legs and bowed his head, exposing two great horns on his head, like a knight drawing his sword. Then, without delay, he charged back. Moments later, there was a mighty collision. As the dust began to settle, it became clear that only one figure remained on the bridge. Then the dusty figure began to move. Clumpety clump, clumpety clump, clumpety clump. It was the biggest Billy Goat Gruff, making his way over the bridge to the luscious meadow. So, what had happened to the beastly troll? Well, you see, the biggest billy goat had generated such a force that the troll had been flung high up into the air, over the side of the bridge, and carried downstream by the great river. From that day forward, the horrid troll was never seen again. The three billy goats Gruff were happily reunited in the lush hilltop meadow, and they each had a plentiful fill of juicy grass. In fact, the little and medium billy goats ate so much grass that before long you could not tell one billy goat Gruff from another. The end. Go subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon and find more interesting videos and share it with your friends. Oh yeah, don't forget to like. Bye bye.